Oh shit, here we go again.
Alright, so patch 3.25 is going to be dropping on Friday, and in this video I'm going to quickly go over the atlas that I plan on running. Okay, so there's 3 league mechanics that I'm going to be focusing on, and those are going to be Ritual, Blight, and Betrayal. Okay, so starting off with Ritual. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that this is actually my favourite league mechanic. It's essentially a big slot machine, where it has the potential to hand out some really expensive items, just like this synthesized ring I found last league, worth over 210 divines. Ritual's also getting buffed this league, with new items being added to the loot pool. So now we're going to have corpses that we can sell to Spectre users, and some of these might be worth a few divines, depending on what the Spectre actually does and the rarity of it. There's also an audience with a king fragment now, which lets us fight the king in the mist, or we can sell that to people that run bosses. There's also 3 new ritual specific unique rings. I'm not sure if these will actually be worth anything. They don't look all that good, but you never know, someone might make a broken build of them. There's also the ritual bases getting reworked, so some of those bases might actually be worth something now. Lastly, the Scarab of Recognition is being changed to the Scarab of Wisps. This Scarab makes ritual altars spawn a Wildwood Wisp, and it makes Wildwood Wisps grant 50% increased tribute gained to nearby players. More tribute allows us to buy more rewards, we roll for more rewards, and it improves the rewards we can actually roll. Moving on to Blight, in 3.25, Blight has also received a few buffs, such as the new Temple Ingenuity notable, which allows us to salvage our towers after completing a Blight encounter. We'll have to wait and see what these salvage rewards actually are, because we don't know yet. We also have the new Fungal Horizons notable, which causes Blight chests within our maps to have a 60% more chance to contain Blighted maps, and it grants players Blight Reach after they complete a Blight encounter. Blight Reach then gives us a chance for our normal map drops to drop as Blighted maps instead. The Epidemiology notable has also been changed, and now gives Blight chests in our maps a 20% chance to be openable again. But by far the most significant buff to Blight this patch is the addition of double anointed amulet drops within the Blight Ravage maps. Not only will these new double anointed amulets be extremely expensive if they roll a good combination of anoints and base type, but the maps themselves should theoretically increase in value because people are going to be trying to farm these new amulets. Lastly, I'm taking Betrayal, primarily to unlock my bench crafts and for the chance at finding Paradoxica. Paradoxica is a veiled unique sword, which should be worth a lot of currency this league with the buffs to melee, and with gamblers trying to unveil these swords, it should increase the price. Now, I'm not going all out with Betrayal, this is just something on the side. I'll still be running Katarina. Normally if you're farming Paradoxica, you don't actually want to farm Katarina because it's not as efficient. But it is what it is, I prefer to just have something there that I can do on the side, get my crafts, have a potential to find a sword, and obviously get whatever reward from Katarina as well. Okay, so let's finally take a look at the atlas itself. We'll start off by looking at the ritual nodes. So first things first, we're taking this ritual cluster here for a 60% total chance for rituals to spawn in our maps. Up here we take increased ritual intensity. This spawns more monsters at once, so it makes farming ritual a lot quicker. We have sacrificial dew for the chance at a blood-filled vessel that we can either use or sell. Up here we're taking reduced ritual deferral cost. And Answered Appeals. Answered Appeals again reduces the cost of deferring items. It also makes deferred items reappear a lot sooner. And it's actually got a buff this league where unique monsters slain at ritual altars in your maps grant 100% more tribute. Last league there was a Scarab that did this at 200%, but that's been removed from the game. And this Scarab now, or the Scarab buff I should say, now applies to Answered Appeals at half its original value. Moving down here, we're going to the right to get Flexible Dogma, which reduces the cost of rerolling favours. And we're also picking up Profitable Prayers, which gives us 2 additional rerolls. Obviously, the more rerolls, the more times we can spin this slot machine. Now we're taking this entire cluster up here for increased chance at special rewards, and ritual tribute quantity to get more tribute, obviously. And obviously the most important thing here is Occult Devotion to get a 4th ritual altar guaranteed every single time. Okay, so moving on to the Blight nodes, we're starting off by taking Templar Ingenuity. Like I mentioned earlier, this allows us to salvage our Blight towers. Obviously we don't know what the salvage rewards are, but we'll find out. Then we're going to go over to Immune Response. This makes more monsters spawn and spawns them a lot quicker, so that speeds up our Blight encounters. Then we go to this entire Blight node here, and we're going to take everything. We take the top ones for a additional chest or chance at additional chest, and we take the bottom ones for the lucky varieties. Obviously we've got Epidemiology. This gives us gives us a lucky variety on 3 of the chests, but like I mentioned earlier, it also gives us a 20% chance to open chests again. Then we're going to take this entire Blight cluster here. We're going to take Fungal Horizons, which gives our Blight chests and our maps have a 60% more chance to contain Blighted maps. In addition to these little nodes, all giving 10% more chance each, for a total of 100% chance, or 100% more chance I should say. Also it gives us the Blight Reach, like I mentioned earlier, which makes normal maps have a chance to drop as Blighted maps. And lastly, we move over to this last cluster with Blight Spawn, which makes Blight bosses in our maps give us a chance to add an additional reward chest when defeated. And 1 lane of Blight encounters in your maps is guarded only by Blight bosses. So I don't know how many bosses this is going to add, but every single mob from about 1 lane will be bosses, and every single boss is going to give us a 10% chance and an additional reward chest. There's also these little nodes here, which give that a 5% chance on top. So if we do the math here, there's 20%. On top of that 10%, we'll have a 30% chance to an additional reward chest when we defeat those bosses from this 1 lane. Alright, so moving on to Betrayal. We're going to pick up some Betrayal chance nodes here. So we'll have 40% chance for Jund to appear in our maps. We take the Mortal Gateway over to this cluster, where we get some more chance for Jund to appear. We get Betrayal Veiled Item chance, so we have a higher chance of finding Veiled Items for our bench crafts. We take Effective Leadership, which increases the odds of us coming across a Syndicate leader in our maps, and it also makes those Syndicate leaders guaranteed to drop a Veiled Item, again for our bench crafts. We pick up Bribery, which makes the Syndicate members more likely to bribe us, and it also makes the bribes actually drop more items if we accept them. Up here, we're picking up even more Betrayal Mission chance. This actually guarantees Jund in every single map, if you take all of them. And we have Test of Loyalty, so when we execute a Syndicate member, we'll actually get 2 ranks instead of 1. The higher their rank, obviously, the better loot we get, theoretically. And then lastly, we're going to pick up Intelligence Gathering, which just gives us 10 intelligence for a random Syndicate hideout every time we complete the map. Okay, and let's finally go over what's left on this atlas. So we've got a standard blue altar setup, so we're taking everything down here for blue altars, and obviously we take the Shadow of Hunger. Moving over to the left here, we've got Conquered Conquerors. This is to increase the odds of us getting a Conqueror map from the map bosses. Same with Remnant of the Past, increases the odds of us getting a Guardian map from the map boss. And again, same with Vivid Memories, increases the chances of getting Synthesis maps from the map bosses. And lastly, we're going to take Amplified Artifacts to increase the amount of scarabs we get from rare monsters. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this video. Let me know what content you're going to be running this league, or if there's any changes you'd make to my atlas in the comment section below. And like always, the link to this atlas is going to be in my video description and in a pinned comment. I'm also going to be working Friday, so hopefully after my shift ends I can actually get home in time and start up a live stream. Anyway, until then, bye.